Hey assholes, have you noticed something? These strings sound fucking stale. I haven't changed them in months. So let's change them. What do we need? We want to change strings. Set of new strings, preferably. One of these is helpful. You don't need it necessarily, but it's helpful. It's a string cutter. It's really good at cutting strings, better than a plier or something like that. And it has this here, you know, thing to wind that shit. This is useful. Some kind of, I mean, lemon oil does the trick, or lemon liquid, whatever the fuck it's called. This is specially for fretboards. There's loads of stuff you can buy just to clean and to hydrate the fretboard a bit. Not strictly necessary, but it does feel better when you use that stuff. And you're gonna want some microfiber cloth thingy. If you don't have one, that's not too bad. You can do it with a piece of kitchen paper or something, but this is better for the fretboard. If you use a microfiber thing, the fretboard's not gonna get damaged. And you're gonna need one of these for when you want to kill yourself. Okay, so what is the first step in changing the strings on your guitar? Hang on, there we go. Well, these strings don't fit on here, so what I gotta do is I gotta remove the old strings. So you take your fucking string clipper doohickeys, you shield your eyes, you pray to the gods of heaven. No, you don't fucking do that. You tune your strings all the way down until they wibble wobble freely like this. Don't cut your fucking strings while they're in tension. While they're tensioned, whatever. It's fun to do it once or twice and to have them snapping around and stuff, but when you actually want to seriously change your strings, better not do that. That's just risky and not so good for the guitar either. Now this guitar, this is a so-called tom bridge. This is the tom bridge and this is a stop tailpiece. These two parts are loose, which means if I remove all strings, they're just gonna fall off. That's not too bad. You can just put them back on, put the new strings in. The new strings are gonna hold it in place, but it's easier to leave two strings on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove the bottom four strings and I'm gonna leave the top two strings. Right? So once this is all wibbly wobbly, you can go pull it out of this thing. Now some of the heads look different. Cool people use locking tuners. I'm not cool, so I got these standard ones with a hole right through here, where I just pulled this bit of string out, and on this side you just pull it through the tom bridge. Now this part is annoying to be pulling through stuff, so it's easy to cut that off. Get rid of this shit, get rid of the old string, throw it in a lake or something so it will kill some fish if you want, if you're a fucking asshole. Why am I doing this with my hand? I got this thing. And then I can go, yeah, that's right. Hang on. This way. Wind, wind, wind. It's very squeaky. You can lubricate those if you wanna, but it's not strictly necessary. Come on, get these things out of here. Come on, you fucking bitch. Ouch. You can boil strings if you want. Literally actually boil them in a pot of boiling water, and that'll give them a bit of new life. But it's usually not worth it on guitar strings. On bass strings, it can be worth it because it removes a lot of the grime and all the dirty finger stuff that comes off of your fingers and gods know my fingers are dirty. I mean, just look at them. Right? Hang on, gotta Ah, very nice sound indeed. Okay, pull this out of here. Ouch. Pull this through the stop tailpiece. Cut off this bit. Get rid of that end. Get rid of this end. That sounds nice. Sounds much better already. Okay, now this string. This way? Yes, this way. And you don't need to screw them all the way. If they're like, where is it? Loose, wobbly like this, you can just take the string and bring it around the tuner, which kind of doesn't work now because I wound this one badly. Doesn't really matter. Main thing is you get them out of there. Cut this thing here. This end out of the way. Fuck off. I used to collect all my spent strings and hang them on my mirror, so it looked like my mirror had some weird Rasta style hairdo. But when I moved out from my parents' house, that was kind of fucking useless, so I just got rid of them. I thought maybe I could do something with them at some point, but then I just got rid of them. So I'm actually going to use a plier to pull this string out of here because this is weirdly caught up on the tuner, and I don't want to really figure out how to get it out, so I'm just going to do it with force. Remember, kids, violence is not a solution. Violence is just a help. Now I've removed the bottom 4 strings. I've just left the thinnest 2 ones. The top ones, it looks like they're on the bottom, but they're actually on top because you look that way. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use this stuff to clean this half of the fretboard, so this half, and what I'm going to do then is I'm going to put on 2 strings on this side, then remove these 2 strings, and then clean this here half of the fretboard. So you kind of get a bit of overlap in the middle, but that's not bad. I mean, you're cleaning your fretboard, there's nothing bad about that, right? So you can spray the stuff directly onto your fretboard, but usually it's a better idea to spray it onto the cloth instead. You can use a good bit. You almost can't use too much unless you completely drown it. Now there are different ways of doing this. What I do is I put my finger in between 2 frets. I can really feel the frets now on either side of my finger, and then I, just wank it off a bit. Next fret, wank, wank, wank. Next fret, wank, 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 and so on. So I'm actually using 2 fingers right now. My index finger is between whatever fret and the next one, fret wire, and my middle finger is on the next fret, and so on. And actually I'm getting my ring finger in there now too. Now already you can see there's a whole load of grime just from this bit of the fretboard. People don't realize how dirty their fingers are. There's really a whole lot of grime on the fretboard. That's why you need to change your strings relatively often. Good rule of thumb is about once every 3 months. Now if you compare that to a grand piano or something, how often do you change those strings? Once every, I don't know, 5 years or something? Because you got these nice little felt tipped hammers and those nice little felt tipped dampers that, very soft onto the strings, instead of really going at it and manipulating the strings with your dirty, grimy, wet, fatty, disgusting Dorito smeared fingers. So I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to start from this side now, because as we know, the closer, if you are like in this fret, you want to be the closer to this, you want to be as close to this fret wire as possible, and in this fret you want to be as close to this fret wire as possible, which means on this side of the fret wire there's a lot of buildup of grime, and on this side and on this side and so on. So you want to make sure that you get that grime out of there. You can really feel the grime if you rub it off, you can really feel it. Since there's a good bit of cloth between my finger and the fretboard, I can actually really go at it with my nail, so I'm kind of scratching the dirt off with the cloth, so to speak. Come on, whatever. Now, this part here between the humbuckers always gets really dirty, especially it fills up with dust. So while the strings are out of the way, I'm just gonna use the opportunity. You can clean the body of the guitar with this stuff as well, by the way, and with lemon or orange oil, whatever. I'm gonna clean this side of the guitar, get in between the pickups. You can go over the bridge and the tailpiece as well, and over the pickups, but if you go over the pickups, be careful, because these are already quite rusty and you don't want them to rust really a whole lot more. As a matter of fact, when I bought this guitar used, they were already rusty. Okay. With a dry clean part of the cloth, I'm gonna jack it off one more time really quickly, all the way up. And now lengthwise. Haven't done that yet, can't hurt. As long as you don't use steel wool and, you know, grind away your frets, going lengthwise can't hurt. Okay, while I'm at it, I'm gonna really quickly do the headstock as well, because that's also pretty dusty and dirty, and you know, dusty and dirty like my soul. Just kidding, I don't have a soul. Nobody has a soul, souls don't exist. Don't tell anyone, though, they start crying. I'm really fucking retarded, in case you haven't noticed. And I'm very tired as well. Okay. So, what is the next step? What we're gonna do next is we're gonna put on these two strings, like I said, and then remove these two. But we're gonna use a little trick. This part here, that is the nut. Haha. And what we can do is find a pencil. There ought to be a pencil here somewhere. Oh god damn it, you're gonna be fucking shitting me. Oh fuck. Okay, found the pencil. Why pencil? What's the pencil gonna do? The graphene, I don't know, whatever the center core thingamajig of the pencil is made of, that is a good dry lubricant. What we're going to do is we're going to scribble around those grooves in the nut with the pencil, so that way some of the graphite, graphene, whatever, carbon is going to end up in there. What's that going to do? It makes it possible for the string to move a tiny bit about without getting caught. Because I'm sure if you've been playing around with your guitar for a while and you've been tuning and all that stuff, at some point you will have this experience where you want to tune and you turn your tuners and the pitch doesn't change and then suddenly it goes ping. What that is the string getting stuck in the nut, and then once enough tension is applied or released, it jumps a bit. That's not good for tuning, and it's generally not nice. And to remedy that sitch a bit, gotta put some pencil lead in there, which is no longer made out of lead. Okay, now that we got that shit lubed up, where the fuck are my strings? There we go. I use D'Addarios. These ones here. Now the string brands. D'Addario is not the best brand for strings, but I find it's the best value for your money. Because other string types, like, I don't know, Red Devils or Elixir or whatever, they're better, they feel better, they last longer. Oops, a second. But they also cost a lot more. And they cost too much more, in my eyes, to justify buying them. Now, if you're recording all the time or if you're touring all the time, then it makes sense. Go out and buy very good strings. I'm just sitting around here in my apartment being a fucking shit basket. I don't need very, very good strings. For me, decent strings are good enough. D'Addarios, Ernie Balls are decent strings. I personally like D'Addarios more. Now I tossed the fucking thing that says which is which. Hang on. Oh, my foot is still broken, by the way. So we got all these strings here, and every string has a different color ball end. These are called ball ends, even though they're not balls. Balls. This one's golden, this one's red, that's green, black, purple, and silver, I guess. So now it's kind of obvious. These are the two thickest strings, and this one is thicker than this one, so this one is the E string, this one is the A string. But just in case, here on the package it tells you which string is which color and which gauge as well, but it says the gauge on the front too, and if you bought a specific gauge of strings, you're gonna know what gauge you have, right? Because that's why you bought them. So I'm gonna untangle these two strings from one another. I'm gonna start with the low E string. Put the A string aside. Now, obviously, the string is gonna be too long. So there's a bunch of methods, tricks, how to figure out, you know, how much to remove from the string. And for the first two strings, a pretty okay measure is get the string, put it through the bridge. You know, on a Stratocaster type guitar, you would feed them through the body, and on any other through body kind of guitar, then feed them through this hole and pull. Come on. God damn it. Align the hole and pull through. Now, if I pull it all the way, like this, the string is basically set. But if I start winding it around the tuner now, there'll be like maybe half a winding. And that's not enough to hold the string in place. It's gonna slip away. That's fucking useless. So what do? We pull the string back a bit. And knowing how far to pull back is the tricky bit. For the first two strings, the E and the A string, the method I use is 3 fingers or 4 fingers, about 3 or 4, between the 12th fret and the string. So then I got it here. What I'm going to do is cut the excess bit of string off. Some people leave that on there. Those people are... Ow! Nice, it landed on my operation scarf. Some people leave the long sticky bits on, or... fucking retarded. Don't have fucking stupid bits of string sticking out of your guitar, that's dumb. So what you want to do is... Now, as the string winds around, it's gonna go either over this little sticky out bit or under this little sticky out bit. What you want to happen is the first winding, you want to be on top of the sticky out bit, and the rest of them you want to be below. So I'm gonna start turning now, and now the sticky out bit is reaching the piece of string that I'm holding. So I'm gonna hold it in such a way that the long part of the string is above the sticky out bit, right? Then I'm gonna keep winding, winding, winding. And the next time the sticky out bit comes around, looks like we're not even gonna make it that far, but that's not so tragic, because this string has a very great amount of friction because it's wound so thick. So one winding is all you really need. You don't want too much windery, you also don't want too little windery, or else your fucking string tension is gonna go down the shitter. Now, can do this. Some people say not to do that you damage the strings or something. Some people say do that. I've made the experience when you do that, it doesn't take as long for the guitar to reach a state where the strings actually stay in tune. So I got my tuner here. I'm gonna clip that on, and this fucking headstock. I'm gonna try to find that E. Already too high. So that's my E. That's gonna detune very quickly, so I'm gonna have to tune it a couple of times. What's next? A string. Same deal. Thread it through the bridge. I like murdering people. For legal reasons, that's a joke. Stick it on here. Now, once again, put it through the tuner. Now, this time, it's the A string. We want it to be a bit more wound around the tuner than the E string. So, we're going to do 4 fingers again, but spread them a bit. So, this way it's a bit more than 4 fingers. Hold the string, cut it, unless you're fucking mental case, and then start winding. So, here comes the sticky out bit. The long bit of string that I'm holding is gonna go over the sticky out bit. Then I'm just gonna press down on it until it comes round. Here it comes, and now the long bit of string is gonna pass under it. Okay, wind, wind, wind. I could be using that cranking tool for it, but I like to do this with my hands because you get a better feel for everything. Keep pressing down because you don't want the windings to crisscross, and I'm gonna just skip the tuning, it's no use anyway until all the strings are on. Do this again because the strings have been coiled like this for weeks or months or whatever inside their packaging. they're not used to being stretched like this. They have no idea what this is all about. And this is a lot of tension, right? It says on the box how much tension is on these strings, and there's actually quite a lot. So just for fun, let's take another look. Tension is written right there. It says these two strings, the low E string and the A string, 8.6 kilos and 9.5 kilos tension. That means this bridge and this tuner are being pulled together as though there were a weight of 8.6 kilo, you know, pushing them together. That's why in electric guitars you need metal rods inside your neck, otherwise they would just snap. Okay, now that we have secured the loose parts of the bridge, we can remove the two high strings. Now detune. So the squeaking is actually this tool, it's not even my tuner. There's no need really to lubricate that. So I'm not gonna do it. Do, 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 do. I am winding my string. Such a nice cacophony. Now, they always get tangled up and stupid shit like that. So what you do is you take your Cutterino and cut them. There we go. Pull these bits out, the long parts. Come on, long part. Don't be fucking bitch, get through. Pull and throw them onto the freeway or something for some cars to roll over. Then I'm gonna rip these ones out again. Yeah. There we go. Now that the other half of the neck is free, I can clean that just like I did the first half. Do 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 do. I am going to murder assholes. Oh yeah. Do 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 do. Everyone likes when assholes get murdered. Oh yeah. Everyone likes when assholes get murdered. Oh yeah. When assholes get murdered, I'll be there. I will murder assholes, just like assholes murdered me. What a grime. And I do not care about your melody. I just want to rid the world of human garbage. I just don't want to be hurled into a world which is inhabited by motherfuckers. I just wanna be able to relax and not be in a hearse. Do 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 ha 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 ho 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 Couldn't reach that one. Now the fretboard is kind of clean-ish. Time to clean the headstock as well. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Have you ever heard of some fucking asshole? I'm gonna clean the body of this guitar as well. Have you ever murdered some motherfucker? Because you should rid the world of as many worthless scumbags as you can. Okay, so now I did that. Next step is grab the pencil again and do this bullshit. Now this is kind of too thick, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shave a bit off so that it actually fits into the grooves of the nut. I like utilizing my knife, especially onto people who deserve it. I must and I will. I must and I will kill whoever stands in my way. Because when it comes the day of great dismay, you wouldn't want to be there, but you didn't have to kill him. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Only thing I know is that I am without a doubt. With a God upon my side, I take stride and start the fight, killing all here white inside, killing all that I decide must fucking die. Just in case that wasn't clear, I'm making up these lyrics as I go. These are not pre-existing lyrics. Just for your information, just in case. And now I'm winding this D string around this tune. The first winding went over, the second will go beneath, and every subsequent one as well, such that they may eat into one another's windings, providing them with lots of grip, such that when I will finally attempt to tune this guitar, they will not slip. I am doing this now to get the wiggliness out of the string. Now there's another bit of dirt that I can clearly see, which I desire for to clean. Go away, dirt, nobody likes you. Just like nobody likes Arabs, I guess. They don't even like each other, so why not exterminate them? For legal reasons, that was a joke. He cut the chicken, it's a yolk. Whoever knows where that meme is from is an absolute dodgy. He cut the chicken, it's a yolk. Can you fucking squirt, you bitch? That's what she said. Ha 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 ha. Funny. Okay, enough of this shit. Click. Okay, now for the other three, strings, because they're not wound, they're just pure metal, as opposed to these three. These three are a core with metal wound around it, but the three higher strings are just a solid bit of metal. So this solid, slick piece of metal doesn't really grip into itself like the wound bits do. So consequently, on the top three strings, we're gonna need more windings around the tuner. So instead of doing this kind of measuring, what I do is put the string through, and then about a hand's width hang on, how did that method go? I forgot. Ooh. Okay, there is a method that involves a hand's width of string that I think that you leave on the other side of the tuner. So I got the G string here pulled through, so it's basically where it's supposed to be, and about 4 fingers or 1 hand further down the string I will go, and I'll cut it, and I think that's the correct length then. So cut the excess bit off. Now get the string back through such that maybe a centimeter sticks out of the tuner. Oops, it's gonna fall down on me. Then this is very effective. And then, like, after you cut it, put it all the way through until maybe a finger's worth of string is sticking through the tuner. Or just fucking rip it out because you're a fucking moron. That's also a possibility. And now I'm gonna actually use this thing again. Make sure you're doing it in the right direction. So, first time the long bit of the string passes the sticky outy bit. 1 or 2 go over. And just press it down such that every subsequent time it goes around, the string goes under. Ah, this thing's gonna rip. Ow, ow, ow. Whatever. What you don't want is to have the string just loosely around the tuner, and then when you put tension on it, have it pull itself, because then they're going to be tangled and going to be crossing one another, and you don't want that. So, god fucking damn it. So the G string actually went around a bit too often. But most of the times that's not too bad. Do this thing again. Because this solid piece of metal, it's now going to be stretched. Just don't stretch it too far, otherwise it's going to go ping. And now the last two strings. 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 In case you are wondering, yes, I am autistic. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Because we need to murder every asshole. Oh yes we do. And that is why I'm gonna start my murdering spree with you. Because you are an asshole, whether you want to admit it or not. I hate musicals. They need to fucking die. And everyone who likes them needs to die as well. I think that might not be long enough. Do 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 do. I like murdering people. I think I might have said that before, but that's not so bad because of how much I fucking adore taking the lives of the innocent and of the guilty as well. This noise is probably what I'm gonna hear in hell, because I'm here in hell. Get it? Oh no, let us just go. Neither to nor fro, and I'll just throw you off. Do the wiggly wogglies with the string as well. Because like I just said, I am now in hell. I don't want to perish until I've made the world a better place. Which I'm probably not gonna do at this pace. I want to destroy all those who are shit. And probably even some Brit. Because there must be one or two Brits who are just pieces of shits. Not Scottish people though, those are cool. Even though Scottish people are technically Brits because they live on Great Britain. Which is the island, by the way. Like the actual geographical landmass. It's called Great Britain. It's not the nation or anything. So, now that all the strings are on, we can tune them. And just for reference, I'm gonna get another guitar. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna use the power of technology. So, tuna, fish, very healthy. What does the E string sound like? About like this. And the A string? They actually held up pretty well. There we go. And the D string. Okay. G string. Too much. Okay. The B string. And the E string. Now, like I said before, I think they're gonna go out of tune really quickly, but that's to be expected because the strings need to, you know, get used to actually being on a guitar as opposed to being wound up in some piece of packaging. The strings actually feel a lot lighter, even though it's the same gauge as the ones that were on it before. Only logical explanation is that there was so much dirt and grime on the old strings that they actually became heavier. But yeah, they were on for they were on for an extraordinarily long amount of time. Are you gonna show me the G or what? That's what she said. The B is perfectly in tune. Ugh, I'm out of practice. I need to practice more. It sounds so much better, and more than anything else, it feels so much better. Now the neck is kind of coated in that red stuff that I put on it. That's why I'm wiping my hands all the time. But that's not too bad. That's gonna get played away. It's gonna evaporate, and then it's gonna be fine. Okay, that didn't go as planned, but whatever. Hang on, I want to check something out real quick. I want to see whether I can still play that. Fuck. My nose is itchy. That's the only reason why I can't play this. Hang on, I can play the rhythm part. That song, it's one of my songs. I haven't played that in years. It's called Kite the Motherfuckers. That's its actual title. If you don't know what kiting is, you gotta play some more Age of Empires. However, hang on. I'm gonna force you to look at my ugly putrescent gullet for this one. I thank you for watching, and you may watch other videos of mine if you so desire. If you want to see more of my videos in future, there's a subscribe button down here below the video. It's a big red button, and on this side there's a like and a dislike button, and depending on whether you liked or you disliked the video, click the one according to whichever's true. I think on mobile the like and dislike buttons are also on this side. You can leave a comment as well. Tell me what was good about this video. Tell me what was bad. Tell me, I don't know, that my face looks ugly or something, if you want. And if you so desire, you may behold some of my other videos, which also exist. It is Saturday, and I wish you a nice weekend, unless you're watching this on a non-weekend day, in which case fuck you. And goodbye.